of branded content in film, TV, music within sponsorship.
Uh, is, is Smita's voice audible to the judges?
Yeah,
Voice is breaking.
No, very muffled though.
voice is a bit breaking, not clear.
Hello,
Yes,
hello,
Smita,
it's
not clear. Your
audible.
voice is not clear.
Hello,
Yeah.
This is
audible
better.
now.
This is better.
Now
Yeah.
speak a bit loudly. You can't be heard.
Okay, sorry. Starting with the first
Increase
presentation.
the volume. Increase the volume.
Starting with the first presentation, entry ID 2736, Waremaker, Cadbury Dairy Milk, Making India Generous, one thank you at a time. Over to Waremaker. I'll repeat entry ID 2736. Thank you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Just sharing my screen.
Okay, Carlton. Please share it with the sound.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Kindly let me know when can I begin.
Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, and dear jury, welcome to the afternoon session. In this session, I will take you through how we got Indians to say thank you with a Cadbury. For over a decade, Cadbury Dairy Milk has grown on the back of Kuch Mita Ho Jai with the sole objective of replacing the Indian mithai with chocolate. We were now about to embark on our next phase of growth, moving from being a marker of happiness to now a maker of happiness. A study revealed that India ranks the worst in terms of power distance. There exists a strong hierarchical bias which makes us treat the services rendered by others as part of their job. Our egoistic entitlement hinders us from acknowledging them, making them invisible. But this is the exact set of people who work towards making our lives easier. Hence, Cadbury Dairy Milk set out to melt this power distance with a simple creative device, thank you. However, while we were all set to launch our campaign in April 2020, the nation was forced into a lockdown in March. The resultant impact on the economy led to salary cuts and job losses. At such a time, not only were we forced to pause all launch efforts, we were now faced with two critical challenges. Firstly, with the Prime Minister thanking all frontline workers, almost every brand jumped onto this message, and rightfully so. However, this would dilute our message of gratitude, no longer enabling us to stand out. Secondly, chocolates was the last purchase item on people's minds. Amid a halted economy, people were purely focused on buying only the essentials. Hence, as a brand that stood for happiness, we wanted to revive the optimism among Indians. We didn't just want to provide a fillip to the chocolates category that was losing relevance, we also wanted to build a hope for a better shared future. The government focused their gratitude on our healthcare workers and supported them with various public gestures. But there were many more people out there who made our hardships a little easier to bear every single day. Armed with this insight, and to ensure that our campaign cut through, we reimagined our campaign on the principle of valuing the undervalued. While most brands were thanking the medical staff and frontline workers, there were a lot of other people whose efforts were going largely unacknowledged. We follow the social learning theory of observational learning, wherein people tend to learn not by preaching, but by modeling another individual's behavior, their attitudes, or their emotional expression. And that is why our campaign didn't focus only on gratitude, but also on empathy. We partnered with the biggest brands across India, encouraging them to participate in our campaign by thanking those working behind the scenes. Further, moving away from merely storytelling, we evolved into story doing. We launched limited edition packs wherein we replaced our logo with thank you in 8 regional languages. Let me share a few examples on how we brought this campaign to life.
There are so many people who make our life easier and hassle-free. Yet we never really acknowledge this workforce. The social asymmetry in India is palpable, and it has made the majority of the middle class feel entitled to the services they receive. Cadbury believes in the inherent generosity in people. We believe that people need nothing more than a nudge, a gentle reminder that humanity trumps everything else. We try to rekindle that human spirit with two words: thank you. At a time when people weren't buying chocolates for themselves, we encourage them to buy one for someone else. someone they left unacknowledged. So, Cadbury Dairy Milk embarked on an effort to identify and thank the most underappreciated people around us. By partnering with one of the largest networks in India, we worked with 14 popular protagonists who thanked their assistants, makeup artists,
থ্যাংক ইউ আমাকে সব সময় পারফেক্ট সাজানোর জন্য।
and spot boys. As a special gesture, Z Network aired credits at the beginning of programs, a departure from the regular practice of crediting production teams at the end.
इसलिए आज कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क और जी के साथ मिलकर हम इन सभी लोगों को इनके योगदान के लिए कहना चाहते हैं एक मीठा सा थैंक यू।
Film Fest 2021 saw Spot Boys and background crew receive the award for Best Movie of the Year.
ये अवार्ड एक्चुअली सर टीम को दिया जाए, फाइनेंस टीम है, एडीज हैं, उनके नाम ये अवार्ड है। Thank you, sir.
Sportscasters thanked their own background crews who helped keep cricket alive when all other live sporting events were shut down due to the pandemic.
Thank you so much for taking care of me. हमेशा आप मेरी चाय का बहुत ध्यान रखिए. Thank you.
Made our life very comfortable so we can concentrate on what we have to do in the commentary. So a little thank you from us. So thank you, gentlemen.
Mumbai Indians thanked the efforts of their support staff.
इस बार हम खेलेंगे. इन्हें thank you बोलने दो.
And pledged 2 health insurance policies for every run scored by them.
हमारे इस पार्टनरशिप में मदद करने के लिए thank you.
Amitabh Bachchan showered thanks on the stage crew and behind the screen staff of Kaun Banega Crorepati. Several additional news channels also joined the thank you movement, with newsreaders thanking cameramen. Top regional and national partners curated a thanking section where the unacknowledged were thanked. We enabled the carriers of our message to become the participants in our brand campaign.
Over the next 18 months, we collaborated with 14 media partners across 40 platforms to create more than 200 thank you stories. This is the campaign that has reached out to more than 350 million audiences and delivered more than 150 million engagements. This is the campaign that helped sell more than 20 million thank you bars, the proceeds of which helped fund the medical health insurance of more than 20,000 daily wage earners. Most importantly, this is the campaign that helped reverse the declining sales and revive not just the brand, but the entire category. Thank you is all it took. And while Cadbury grew, so did the smiles and the empathy in people towards the undervalued. Our journey of melting the power distance has only just begun. And we promise to continue making India more generous, one thank you at a time. And as I wrap up this presentation, I'd like to thank the Ad Club for this opportunity. Thank you also to the IT departments across agencies who has made this virtual Emvies possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlton. Smita, can you announce the next presenter, please, by the time jury gives scoring for this entry?
Sure. Moving on to the second presentation, entry ID 2711, Essence India, Vedantu Kaun Banega Crorepati. I'll repeat entry ID 2711. Over to Essence.
Jury members, please do score this entry, the previous entry, and let us know on the chat so that we can go ahead with the next presentation.
Just checking my audio. Am I audible?
Yes, Lalit. The Zoom panel is showing up on top.
Sure.
And white, we can only see the white screen.
Yeah, as of right, I haven't started yet.
What's the entry ID for the next presentation?
Smita?
2711.
Thank you.
Yes, you can start the presentation, Lalit. Zoom panel is still there actually.
Any idea how do I move this?
Maybe you can just keep it on a different, move it to a place where it doesn't cover your content of the presentation.
I think this should be fine. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
you can go ahead. You can start the presentation. Your time starts now.
Thank you. So it's 2019 and Essence have just won the Vedantu media mandate. Everyone is working on the business plan, media strategy. And here we are just figuring out how do we establish the Vedantu brand. Obviously, first because the fact that we have a great product in the hand. Because of the wave technology that we have, students were able to learn online in the best possible way. Teachers were not just the subject matter expert, but the teachers were trained well, equipped to teach the kids online. And obviously, the user interface was very much friendly. We wanted the kids and the people and the TG to not just know about the product, but to also experience it. The app in itself was a very innovative, and we wanted to bring in the learning experience. Now we talk about the tutorial culture has always been about education. We know about the D'Souza aunties and the Agarwal classes out there. We're only focusing on the results and the marks. The conversation there has always been about the reputation of the teachers and how they can get these kids to score the good marks. Now we wanted to change this narrative. We realized that we wanted to get these kids to engage with the app. And how can Vedantu make a difference in the education life? Now, we needed a partner who can help us scale this learning experience to the millions of children out there who should try this product at least once. We thought about an idea. Why not partner with a media property like a KBC and a voice like an Amitabh Bachchan, which symbolizes trust and also have an environment of entertainment, education, and information. This is where we thought about an idea of how do we integrate the Vedantu app in the show itself. The students had to download the Vedantu app and have to play the V quiz. Students who answered the questions correctly will get a chance to sit with Amitabh Bachchan on the hot seat, get a chance to win 7 crores as a prize money. That was the one big idea. This content integration ticked all our boxes. It was a relevance of content. The integration was engaging and focused on brand. There was the good supporting element of amplification that could have been done. Now, but we hit a roadblock out there because, as I'm sure everyone must be aware of the fact that KBC as a property is an international format of the show. The IP owners were very stringent about the maintaining the integrity and the format of the show. But after months and months of conversation, we were finally able to convince the producers why they need to bend the rule just for once. So after the 18 years, we were finally able to change the format of the show because the original format of the show was only for 18 plus and above. The new format, we wanted the below 18 kids to experience the product. We introduced the student special week and the rest is history.
ये ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन की रेस में मेरे बच्चे की सही पढ़ाई कैसे होगी?
इतने सारे ऑनलाइन ट्यूटोरियल क्लासेस, इनमें से सही कौन कैसे चुने?
फ्री के ऑनलाइन क्लास में कैसे समझेगा कि कौन हमारे सपने हमें पूरे कराएगा?
Vedantu, a service that wanted to stand out in the online education space as a brand that is a credible online tutorial app that facilitates learning, not just studying. We found the perfect ally to bring alive our story. Vedantu collaborated with KBC to introduce Student Special Week in what was India's most successful infotainment show. For the first time in 18 years, KBC modified the show's format to weave in the brand seamlessly. Via KBC, Vedantu offered students a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to sit on the hot seat across India's biggest superstar and win rupees 7 crores in prize money. To get this chance, students had to download the Vedantu app and play the daily V quiz. Those who regularly answered correctly were invited to KBC.
देवियों सज्जनों, ये वेदांतु की कोशिशों का ही नतीजा है कि आज हमारे मंच पर देश के कुछ होनहार, बुद्धिमान, ज्ञानी बच्चे मौजूद हैं।
The Student Special Week announcements by Mr. Bachchan gave the brand required stature, reach and much needed trust. Special vignettes were shot for every student participant engaging with the app and their excitement to be featured in KBC. The results were phenomenal. Vedantu's app installs spiked 3 times. The brand logo received 5,050 seconds of on-screen exposure.
वेदांतु शिक्षा का एक सशक्त माध्यम बनकर सामने आया और ज्ञानी शिक्षकों को वेदांतु ने ये जिम्मेदारी सौंपी।
The brand name and message was mentioned 130 times across 65 episodes. The KBC Week Quiz led to almost 2x increase in daily active users and nearly 5x increase in daily Week Quiz attendees. Vedantu's KBC Special Week Quiz became more popular than the regular KBC Week Quiz. 90% of our new users were aware of KBC participation through the Vedantu app. Vedantu's collaboration with KBC brought alive the brand's proposition. समझ आएगा तो मजा आएगा, मजा आएगा तो समझ आएगा.
We innovated with the format of the show, which I'm sure in years to come will be banked upon by a lot within the categories. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lalit. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Sure. Moving on to the third presentation, entry ID 2734. Omnicom Media Group, McDowell number 1, Friendship Day. I'll repeat entry ID 2734. Over to Omnicom.
Jury members, please do let us know once you're done scoring with the previous entry. Yes.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Do let me know, please.
Yeah, just a moment. Give us some time. We will let you know when to start the presentation. And have you shared the screen with the sound?
Yes, with the sound on.
All right. You can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Yash Punjabi from PhD Media, and I'm here to talk about how McDowell's number 1 raised the ultimate toast to Yari by uplifting Yars during one of the most challenging times. McDowell's number 1 has been a brand that has always inspired the youth to celebrate the togetherness of Yari and bond over shared memories. The COVID-19 pandemic severely impacted India. The social distancing regulations kept Yars longing to meet one another. McDowell's number 1 yearning to stay relevant amongst the youth and was investigating existing brand opportunities to tap into and leverage. Hence, the objective of the campaign was to bring brand back into the conversation during the pandemic by being present on one of the most celebrated occasions of a year's Friendship Day. We noticed that music is a passion point for our years. Hence, to boost the spirit of Friendship Day during the pandemic, McDowell's number 1 reinvented their iconic brand song and enabled years to celebrate this occasion virtually through an innovative solution. To start the campaign, celebrations of Friendship Day of the brand launched the 2020 version of Ye Number 1 Yari Hai song. The song was popularized by featuring Vicky Kaushal, and this in return created a buzz and awareness for the campaign. We also noticed that a hug was a universal gesture of friendship and more interactions were being done digitally. Hence, the brand had to shift gears and think of newer ways to engage the Yars to give light to emotions that would speak the true language of Yari. The second leg of the campaign focused on engagement by encouraging Yars to give their besties a surprise by sharing virtual hug using digital banner ads on the interactive platforms. Banner hug was also promoted in the Yari song with celebrity and brand ambassador Vicky Kaushal explaining the process. Additionally, we utilized celebrity social media posting and influencers sending in their friends virtual hugs and sharing them on their Instagram stories. Now let's look at the AV.
In 2020, COVID-19 pandemic severely impacted India. The social distancing regulations disrupted celebrations amongst friends. McDowell's #1 has always been the brand that inspired youth to celebrate the true bonds of Yari by getting together and bonding over shared experiences. The brand wanted to be the enabler and get back into conversations during these difficult times by embedding strongly in culture and being present on the right occasion to entice consumers. Research indicated youth today are tech-savvy and are well-connected digitally. The brand had to think of newer ways to engage with millennials using technology-led interactions and captivate them. Yars usually have a meeting ritual when they meet in person, and now that ritual was no longer possible due to pandemic. McDowell's #1 solved this challenge by creating virtual hugs this Friendship Day that encouraged the longing Yars to celebrate this special occasion of Yari using the digital banners. The digital banner ads activated the smartphone camera and allowed consumers to take a selfie with McDowell's #1 branded template and write a personalized message and send it to their Yars. This was popularized in the McDowell's #1 Yari song, where Vicky Kaushal explained the mechanism.
Just make a video of your virtual hug, post it on Facebook and Instagram, and don't forget to use the hashtag #2मेरा1. Happy Friendship Day.
This song was launched through YouTube Masthead, followed by Hotstar and Ghana billboards and Savan Maximus, positioned to ensure instant reach and impact. We further leveraged celebrity social media posts and influencers showcasing virtual hugs and sharing them on their Instagram stories. The banners went live a week before Friendships Day on interactive platforms such as mCanvas, InMobi and Teads to ensure widespread mobile audience reach. The success of the campaign was measured with brand metrics. There was an uplift of 800 BPS in the brand's association score with Yari. Message recall uplift of 900 BPS for #1 Yari Hai. The campaign garnered 1.6 million engagement and the Yari song received 95 million views across platforms, along with more than 100,000 listens on audio platforms. Over 2.6 million clicks were gained and more than 23,000 virtual banner hugs were shared. The campaign also gained traction from PR such as Social Samosa, ET Brand Equity, Campaign India and many more.
The brand celebrated the occasion by extending their friendship to fellow brands and garnered over 20 social banter, which created buzz and engagement around the campaign. One of the most unique factors was how the brand philosophy was conveyed to the audience using appropriate platforms that were enjoyable and appealing to the audience. The campaign played McDowell's to be the brand enabler, reestablishing the two bonds of Yari. Additionally, showcase the brand as beating soul of millennial culture while leveraging the occasion of Friendship Day, uniting the friends virtually. Thank you.
Thank you, Yash. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Sure. Moving on to the fourth presentation, entry ID 2714. Madison Media, Tata Salt, when KBC raised सवाल देश की सेहत का. Entry ID 2714. Over to Madison.
Thank you, Smita. And jury members, please do let us know once you're done scoring so that we can go ahead with the next presentation. Jyotismita, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Hope my audio and everything is.
Yes, we can see you, and we can see the presentation.
1 second.
Have you shared the screen with the computer sound?
Yes, I have.
All right.
And is it on full screen F5 mode?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let me know when I can start.
Yes, you can start. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our presentation. Hope you all are doing great. So I'm here to tell you a journey about one of the most trusted brands in India, Tata Namak, which not only holds the title of Desh Ka Namak, but is also responsible for Desh Ki Sehat. Over the years, we have done many iconic campaigns to reinstate its position as Desh Ka Namak. And as a result, the brand enjoyed very, very high brand health scores across awareness, consideration, and trial. But the problem was awareness of iodine and the association of iodine with mental health. Both were low at 29%, and this needed to be addressed. But when you're a market leader, legacy brand, moving across scores becomes an uphill task. And to bring a drastic change in the matrix, we were looking for a strong impact association. And we've also wanted to stay away from typical influencer content, AFP, short formats, which involve separate investment for promotion as well. Hence, we placed some guardrails for the selection process. The property had to be in direct sync with Tata Salt. The property should not be a one-day event. The property should reach both TV and digital audiences. We needed a partnership where the audience comes in for its organic relevance. And among the plethora of impact properties available nowadays, KBC fit like a glove. Not to miss Amitabh Bachchan, a voice that has credibility, star power, and love across generations. Safe to say, KBC ticked all the boxes for us. And thus, a brand which never did big scale innovations earlier agreed to associate with the larger-than-life show airing both on Sony and Sony Live. Let's see how Mr. Bachchan brought our proposition to life seamlessly.
इस योजना में टाटा सॉल्ट ने सबसे ज्यादा सहयोग किया है और इस योजना के चलते आज हमारे देश में 90% से भी ज्यादा लोगों को आयोडाइज्ड सॉल्ट आसानी से मिलता है। इस देश के नमक ने देश की सेहत का हमेशा ख्याल रखा है।
And thus began our journey. For the first time, the 12th season saw a branded lifeline, the Tata Salt Intelligent Expert, introduced by Mr. Bachchan in every episode. Renowned personas like authors, journalists, mathematicians appeared as the experts building relevance. There were even episodes where kids played as Nande intelligent experts, thereby reinforcing the messaging that iodine is important for mental development in kids in their growth years. Tata Salt Light branded the light and fun-filled moments from the show and packaged them as Take It Light moments on Sony Live. We optimized content assets across all mediums by being present on social, video, and display. We created co-branded content with the first Crorepati of the season, which ran across the network for 30 days. Intelligent Experts, World Iodine Deficiency Day, vignettes, and many more. We curated more than 21,000 seconds of content, which over-delivered by 2.2x than planned. Our vision came alive, and we saw more than 100% jump in the mental development score. Let me showcase our campaign AV now.
डायनासोर्स कहाँ गए? बारिश क्यों होती है?
Being inquisitive and questioning for an answer is often considered a sign of intelligence, and our TVC celebrated that spirit in a unique and endearing format. Iodine deficiency in India was a serious national health concern, and we needed to make an impact, but in an entertaining manner that will connect with the masses across India.
सपनों को उड़ने के लिए पंख दे गया, हौसलों को ऊंची उमंग दे गया।
We saw great merit by collaborating with a show that's based on Sawal Jawab. This show has won hearts across India and engaged with every segment of our society, from children to housewives to to senior citizen. We had to build a concept with the contestants and viewers, and that led us to the Tata Salt Intelligent Expert.
कमेटी महाशय, आपसे निवेदन है कि हमारे आज के जो टाटा सॉल्ट इंटेलिजेंट एक्सपर्ट हैं उनके साथ संपर्क किया जाए.
Some of the most knowledgeable personalities across different fields got associated as Tata Salt Intelligent Expert. We also created special episodes where kids played as Nanne Experts. World Iodine Deficiency Day. We have been promoting the significance of iodine for 2 years, and we did the same from the very sets of KBC, and a voice stronger enough to eradicate another national deficiency. We associated with the first Crorepati of the season, creating a significant connection between intelligence and mental development with adequate iodine intake daily. We stood true to our co-positioning of Desh Ki Sehat, Desh Ka Namak, when seen as a health partner on KBC.
इस योजना टाटा सॉल्ट ने सबसे ज्यादा सहयोग किया है और इस योजना के चलते आज हमारे देश में 90% से भी ज्यादा लोगों को आयोडाइज्ड सॉल्ट आसानी से मिलता है.
Tata Salt Lite appeared as a health partner on Sony Live, reached a complete digital universe. Tata Salt Lite is a low-sodium salt specially focused on reducing hypertension. Midway during the show, the overall brand sales went up by 7% in HSM, while in modern trade outlets, the growth witnessed was a whopping 43%. Mental development score for children went up from 29 points to 60 points, which is more than 100%.
Last 1 minute.
With a pinch of salt for you to absorb it all, Jyotismita Das signing off now. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Sure. Moving on to the fifth presentation, entry ID 2747. Mindshare, Castrol Active, hang up your keys. I'll repeat, entry ID 2747. Over to Mindshare.
Thank you, Smita.
Hi, good afternoon. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let me know when you'd like me to start.
Have you shared the screen with computers on?
Yes.
All right. You can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. India is the largest democracy in the world. East to west, north to south, we have the most beautiful geographies, historic places, and a growing economy like none other. We are also home to the second largest population in the world. But did you know we also have the largest two-wheelers on road? In fact, we are estimated to have over a whopping 160 million two-wheelers, which makes up more than 75% of our population. That's 1 in every 4 persons. Considering the humongous number, it won't be incorrect to say that these bikers are the spine of our country. They can make a huge difference if they set their mind to it. This is why they are important for our brand Castrol Active. So it is only natural कि जब bike चलती है, तभी Castrol Active चलता है. Not just Castrol Active, but this category of engine oils itself thrives on people riding bikes. It is the core of our business. So it was important that bikers kept chasing those miles on their odometer. But we are also a brand that genuinely cares about our youth and the two-wheeler community. Our brand ethos itself is about non-stop protection because we truly believe that everyone should protect what they love. And our bikers, with just a little support and direction, always go the long way. But imagine all these bikers being on the road constantly, so much so that they just couldn't stay home, leave alone thinking about being indoors indefinitely. Come 2020, and the world came to a standstill. Nobody had any idea what was coming at them. Governments, other agencies, people like you and I, we just didn't know. ऐसा धक्का शायद सबको पहली बार ही लगा था, पर सबने बहुत कुछ किया और हमने, of course हमने भी, आपको याद होगा, हमने ताली बजाई, थाली बजाई और दिए भी जलाए. These are my two Indias. One where we're home and join hands to clap, and the other where we start the ignition of our bikes और बस चल पड़ते हैं, that too during a lockdown. The harsh truth is we're also a country of defiance. We just don't listen. Sometimes we go a little too far also, क्योंकि रोड किसी के बाप की नहीं है और तू जानता नहीं तू किससे बात कर रहा है. पर भुगतना भी हम ही को पड़ता है, क्योंकि जब तक समझदार, सावधान और सतर्क नहीं रहेगा इंडिया, तब तक सुरक्षित कैसे रहेगा? So as the leader in our category, a category that has very low involvement from a product purchase decision-making ability, we had to spin the narrative and do the unthinkable. We had to lead the voice of change and become avid vocalists to tackle the pandemic. Castrol Active के लिए bikers को उनकी अहमियत का एहसास दिलाना बहुत जरूरी था. Now imagine an engine oil asking its bikers to give up the very core function it thrives on. We broke the clutter and went ahead and said the not so obvious, hang up your keys. Let's look at this AV to know a little more.
The year 2019 ended, and the year 2020 started with one word that developed immense prominence all around the globe: COVID-19. There soon followed a change in the way of life, something that nobody had ever seen before in this lifetime. While every known place was going hither-thither with worry and panic, India too called for its first ever lockdown. Lockdown meant staying indoors. Lockdown meant no driving around unless you were a part of essential services. However, for some, it meant defiance. Since bikes provide a quick mode of transport, they were being used by people across the country during the pandemic. As the oil that powers every second motorbike on the road, Castrol Active felt the urge to take a stand for the larger good and pass a strong message to these riders. Even though sales of Castrol Active declined during the lockdown, we believed that as a responsible auto ancillary brand, we needed to urge people to stay indoors. For a nation with such a large population on two-wheelers, we wanted to spread awareness on the important role we could all play at such a crucial time. Now imagine an engine oil brand asking its consumers to give up the very function it strives on. This was the birth of Hang Up Your Keys. Instead of asking our consumers what not to do, we told them what they could do. Asking them to sit at home and hang up their keys to promote social distancing made them realize how they could help to fight the pandemic. The campaign was carefully designed to ensure it reached maximum audience and make an impact. We wanted to make sure that people understood the gravity of their actions. With an extensive celebrity influencer outreach, we collaborated with Z Media.
हाय दोस्तों, उम्मीद करता हूँ इस लॉकडाउन में आप अपने घर पर हैं और सुरक्षित हैं।
ये एक मुश्किल घड़ी है, मगर जितनी बड़ी मुश्किल उतना बड़ा असर होता है उनके लिए कुछ करने का, जिनके पास सुविधाएं कम हैं।
मैंने और मेरे नेबर्स ने प्लान किया कि हमारे जो बिल्डिंग के गार्ड्स हैं उनको खाना पीना, कपड़े अगर चाहिए, कुछ भी चाहिए तो वो हम उन्हें प्रोवाइड करें। और आज मैं जुड़ा हूँ कैस्ट्रॉल एक्टिव और जी के एक इनिशिएटिव #HangUpYourKeys के साथ।
The campaign was amplified across 11 news channels of Z Media and Z Social Assets with over 200 anchor mentions.
કોરોનાના કપરા કાળમાં આપણે સૌનો ખાસ આભાર માનવો જોઈએ જે પોતે ઘરની બહાર સેવામાં ખડે પગે છે.
कैस्ट्रॉल एक्टिव और जी मीडिया की पहल
#HangUpYourKey उन सभी लोगों को सलाम करती है
जो न केवल घरों में रहकर अपने परिवार की हिफाजत कर रहे हैं बल्कि जरूरतमंदों की भी मदद कर रहे हैं.
Popular Indian television celebrities supported the cause on their social media handles. However, this was also a time when everyone was learning new ways of working. We were after all at home. Where we are today after almost 2 years since the first lockdown is a lot different than where we were then. That brought about its own challenges in executing the campaign. Gradually, when people started to notice their role, things started looking better. The campaign became a success because we did not take the route of preaching, but rather helped our consumers take action in the simplest way they could during such a trying time in the nation. Hang Up Your Keys stood out because it recognized the fact that people believe in action
over talk.
Last 30
Castrol
seconds.
Active asked their consumers to hang up their keys, and they obliged. We understood the need to stop moving to save lives, and so did our consumers.
This was a brave front for the brand, asking people to not ride their bikes. But it was important as we feel supremely responsible and committed towards our brand ethos of non-stop protection. I hope you'll remember this, and I hope you'll always protect what you love. Thank you.
Thank you. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Yes. Moving on to the sixth presentation, entry ID 2742, my chair, Castrol Power One Ultimate, timing tough terrains during tough times. I repeat, entry ID 2742. Over to my chair.
You see my screen?
Yes. We will let you know, just give us 1 or 2 minutes, Abhimanyu. Have you shared the screen with sound? We cannot hear you.
Yes, I have shared it with sound.
Okay. Jury members, please do let us know once you're done with scoring so that we can go ahead. Thank you. Yes, Abhimanyu, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. क्या हुआ? या मुझे देखकर कांपने लग गए? पैरों तले जमीन खिसक गई? I can't see you guys right now, but I know you guys are sweating behind your computer screens. My screen is stuck. Sorry, guys.
No problem. You can start it once again.
Start again. Thank you. क्या हुआ? मुझे यहाँ देखकर कांपने लग गए? पैरों तले जमीन खिसक गई? I can't see you guys right now, but I know you guys are sweating behind your computer screens. इन लोगों ने मुझे नहीं पहचाना. Let me introduce myself. I'm Raghu, aka Raghu Ram, सबका बाप. यहाँ कौन-कौन एक रोडीज बनना चाहता है? Knew it. No one wants to be a roadie. Roadies बन गया है old school. Roadies is rowdies, my friend. ऐसे तो इतने सालों से आप लोगों ने मुझे देखा है अपने कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन्स पे और टीवी स्क्रीन्स पर चिल्लाते हुए. कहाँ है आपका एडवेंचर, आपका पैशन? और इन 2 सालों में मैं ना ही किसी पे चिल्लाया है, ना ही किसी की बचाई. पैंडेमिक की वजह से मौका नहीं मिला, वरना तबियत से समझाता था कि तू बनेगा रोडीज, तू बनेगा. बहुत मुश्किल था. मेरे लिए नहीं, आप सभी के लिए, हम सभी के लिए. कोविड-19 की वजह से ये 2 साल भुला देने वाले साल थे. इस दौरान मेरे जैसे इतने सारे हाई परफॉर्मेंस बाइकर्स को पूरी हिंदुस्तान के साथ घर पर बैठना लॉकडाउन की वजह से. लॉकडाउन के समय जहां चारों तरफ मायूसी छाई थी, वहां मैंने देखा कि कैस्ट्रॉल पावर वन अल्टीमेट एक बार फिर पूरे हिंदुस्तान करे और मेरे जैसे खास करके थ्रिल और एडवेंचर सीकर्स के लिए बन गया था एक उम्मीद का जरिया. ये कह के कि the tough times we became the sponsors of hope. Castrol Power One के नए ब्रांड Castrol Power One Ultimate का लॉन्च था, जिसका फुल सिंथेटिक टेक्नोलॉजी आपके बाइक को देता है एक्सीलेंट एक्सेलरेशन, प्रोटेक्शन, परफॉर्मेंस, स्मूथ राइडिंग एंड कीप्स योर इंजन कूल. रिलैक्स रहो. अरे काय का कूल है? लॉकडाउन था, रोड पे कोई था नहीं और ये लोग इंजन ऑयल बेच रहे थे, वो भी लॉकडाउन के बीचों बीच. लॉकडाउन में मैंने देखा कि सभी वर्क फ्रॉम होम का कल्चर अडॉप्ट कर रहे थे. इस न्यू नॉर्मल की आदत किसी को नहीं थी. सब अपने मोबाइल स्क्रीन पे लगे हुए थे. ये उनके लिए एंटरटेनमेंट का जरिया बन गया था. तब मैंने देखा कि कैस्ट्रॉल पावर वन अल्टीमेट केम अप विद अ यूनिक अपॉर्चुनिटी. They gave a once in a lifetime chance to their target audience to witness the thrill of riding like champions. But वो भी online, उनके mobile screens पर on their favorite OTT platform. They wanted to unleash the TG, the performance biker, from the monotony of being at home and quench their hunger and thirst for adventure. मैं 11 साल से टीवी का नंबर 1 बाइकिंग शो, रियलिटी शो बना रहा हूं with fans from across the country. But मैं कॉन्फिडेंस से कह सकता हूं कि लॉकडाउन के टाइम मैं खुद अपना शो छोड़कर Castrol Power Ultimate का cruising legends देख रहा था. Well, because everyone needed motivation, even me. Listen, I don't have the time for this. I have to quickly go and watch a rerun क्योंकि शो इतना awesome है. मैंने रियलाइज किया कि गाली देने से और चिल्लाने से शो नहीं बनता. You don't believe me, right? Let me show you a glimpse. Get ready for the ultimate performance, guys.
Castrol Power One Ultimate's 5-in-1 full synthetic formula helps unlock ultimate performance for the bike's engine through 5 key benefits. This proposition of power and performance is best understood by the passionate bikers in the country, for whom their bikes are an extension of their individuality, while acceleration and high throttles sit at the heart of these young, high-spirited and power-packed performance bikers in the country. 2020 was mostly about the pandemic and being homebound for the longest time, which was beyond imagination. Everyone needed respite, a hope that the tough times will be tamed. A motorbike enthusiast who lives by the never-give-up attitude were the perfect messengers of hope. To create awareness for Castrol Power One's new variant, we decided to recapture the imagination of the youth and biking enthusiast and take them and the world on a trip that was meant to tame tough terrains through the tough times, thus lighting the beacon of hope through rousing positive content. With our audiences spending almost 7 hours on an average watching content on social media and various OTT channels, we partnered with MX Player, India's largest OTT channel. 4 bikers from different walks of life undertook an arduous journey to the easternmost part of India, Arunachal Pradesh, traveling almost 3,000 plus kilometers across 4 terrains in just 16 days to seek inspiration for new beginnings and witness the country's first break of dawn. This was manifested as a 4-episodic adventure travel show called Cruising Legends Dawn Patrol. Various active integrations were done within the show, with each rider highlighting the 5-in-1 performance attributes of the brand. Branded content posts along the journey were specially created that were then amplified across MX Player and the riders' social handles. Further amplification was done across mediums like print and outdoor, including branding at airports across key metro cities, followed by heavy PR on a plethora of trade and consumer channels for added visibility. The property, with its high-impact integrations, engaging and tailor-made content, was able to achieve the experience of witnessing the thrill and excitement of an on-road adventure from the confinements of home, making this an even more memorable experience for our Power One audience, while helping the brand successfully drive across its key attributes of 5-in-1 performance that surprises.
वाह, क्या शो है! ये है असली रोडीज. मैं और रणविजय इस शो का देना चाहते हैं रोडीज सल्यूट. Make way for the newest and the most awesome biking reality show, guys. So let me rephrase my question to all of you. तू बनेगा cruising legend? तू बनेगा? Thank you.
Last 1 minute.
Thank you so much. I'll take your leave. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Yeah. Moving on to the 7th presentation, entry ID 2708, Essence India, Google, Vaccinate India, a fight against COVID. I'll repeat, entry ID 2708. Over to Essence.
Thanks, Smita. I'll just be sharing my screen. I hope my screen's visible and I'm audible.
Yes.
Let me know when to start.
Yes. Just give us 1 or 2 minutes.
Sure. No worries.
Sajnit, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thanks. Welcome to Emvies 24/7. We're a news channel that focus on bringing you the best case studies from around the world. We'll be starting today's episode with a special segment, Company in Focus. And the company that we would be talking about today is none other than Google India itself. Google as a brand has proved towards being helpful for India at multiple points through its various initiatives, be it launching AI for social good to solve one of the toughest world problems, or its announcement of a 135 crore aid to help India fight against COVID. Google as a company has been committed to significantly help improve the lives of as many people as possible. What is it that Google decided to solve for this time around? Let's head to the news bulletin to have a look. COVID had struck India for the second time, and it was brutal to say the very least. Less than 5% of the Indians were vaccinated against this deadly virus, and cases had reached an all-time high of 150,000. All everybody seemed to be talking about were issues related to the supply side of the vaccine. And nobody seemed to be discussing the core issue that resided in the demand side of the vaccine, which was vaccine hesitancy. WHO recognized vaccine hesitancy as one of the top 10 reasons posing threat to the global health. Lack of information and misinformation were the two top concerns leading to vaccine hesitancy. Google recognized this pressing need for users to access a credible source of information and decided to fill in this huge gap. It decided to reach users where they spent their maximum time looking for COVID-related information, which was the news. Breaking news coming in at this point. Let's head towards it. Google has launched a special program, Vaccinate India, in partnership with NDTV. This program is aimed towards building trust around COVID-related information and wants to curb the misinformation around the vaccination drive. Let's head towards the live broadcast to get an idea of what exactly happened in the 3 months of this campaign.
If we hit 9 million vaccines a day from August onwards, there will be no next wave. That's the dream.
Vaccinate India in partnership with Google, a specially curated 3-month campaign around the world's largest immunization program covering a population as vast as India's 1.3 billion. A powerful tool to inform, educate and make aware, this impact campaign has also tackled rumors and misinformation head-on.
COVID-19 response efforts across our products have centered on enabling access to the latest and most authoritative information that people and communities are looking for.
Through this 3-month period, we have given viewers the latest and the most correct information in our daily segments, special shows like FYI and weekend marquee shows like We the People, The Big Fight, Hum Log and Mukabla, which featured the best doctors, global health leaders and other experts talking about the latest medical advances, the types of vaccines, their benefits and effectiveness, where to get vaccinated, as well as on COVID-19, the virus and its variants.
Let's find out vaccination centers near me. Just on Google type coronavirus vaccination centers near me. As you can see, lots of hospitals and healthcare centers have actually been marked out.
From the time the campaign started in end May till now, India has administered over 18 crore doses. That is a total of both first and second doses administered. NDTV and Google have worked together to seamlessly showcase Google products and tools, highlighting their ease of access, multilingual capabilities.
8 languages in addition to English which are available on the Google website are Hindi, Bengali, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Gujarati and Marathi. Now, my mother tongue happens to be Bengali, so যদি আমি Google Maps এ গিয়ে বাংলাতে vaccination center search করি, then this is what I can actually find easily available.
And showing how technology has been made simpler, whether it is on a workstation or then a handheld device.
जो मौजूदा वैक्सीन हैं वो सभी मौजूदा वेरिएंट्स पर कारगर हैं और अगर आप इस पर जानकारी जुटाना चाहते हैं तो एक सिंपल सी सर्च आप गूगल में कर सकते हैं और आपको कोविड वैक्सीन से जुड़ी हर जानकारी यहाँ पर एक बार में मिल जाती है.
All of this captured alongside vaccine facts, daily trackers, FAQs and web stories on the campaign microsite to make sure the viewer is covered at every step.
This campaign was all-encompassing. What started as a 2-hour telethon with health experts, practitioners, and product experts extended into a 3-month-long campaign with a multiple burst of content. 64 creators in 8 languages reaching out to all users 18 plus of age and hence eligible to get vaccinated. And the results, ladies and gentlemen, talk for themselves. The number of vaccines administered in a time period of 2 months since the campaign increased by 2x. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, the number of vaccines administered in a time period of 2 months increased by 2x. And if we were to look at the user poll, if people trusted Google with respect to their COVID-related information, this also saw a 6-point lift from an 85% pre-campaign to a 91% post-campaign. There was a significant lift in usage intent as well. With this, we come to the end of this segment. Thank you so much. Have a good day and stay safe.
Thank you, Sachini. Smita, can you call us the next presenter, please?
Moving on to the 8th presentation, entry ID 2719, Waymaker, ITC, अपना में 5-star अवसर, how ITC rode the pandemic wave. Entry ID 2719, over to Waymaker.
Hi, I'm audible?
Yes, Adarsh.
So is the screen visible? I've shared the screen. Hello?
Yes, Adarsh, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon all. I'm Adarsh from Wavemaker and I'm here to tell you about how ITC built an exciting masterpiece during the COVID lockdown. Like our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, we too saw an opportunity to benefit from the situation that Indians were during the initial stages of the COVID pandemic. To help you picturize the entire process, let me take you guys back to the lockdown days. Yes, 25th March 2020 was a day when nationwide lockdown was announced and people were asked to stay at home to stop the spread of the virus. This was a black swan event and nobody expected something like this to happen. And suddenly our lives took an unprecedented turn. Soon, home isolation, work from home, online classes became the new normal. We often get to hear that people are resistant to change, but no, not this time. We all adapted to the change in a very short span of time, understanding the severity of the situation. With everybody stuck at home, that is when entertainment was revamped. People like me had PUBG, few of us also had Prime Videos, Netflix. Along with these, Dalgona coffee and other hashtag challenges were trending on social media. Even then, TV was one such medium where the family as a whole was glued to. Now, with so many people watching TV viewership surged across the world, including India. We observed the change in the viewership pattern. People were watching TV all day, all week. It wouldn't be wrong to say more or less the entire day had become the prime time. But there was a challenge in managing the content. Because channels didn't have original content for long, as the industry and the production houses were closed, just like everybody else. So they were forced to retelecast their old programs. We remember DD retelecast is 35-year-old classics making it to the #1 channel. Rest of the channels too dug into their libraries to telecast their old shows. While this was happening on the TV, what we noticed on the other hand was that people have started picking up interest on other activities to keep them entertained, majorly cooking. Soon, cooking became a newfound passion for many people in India. Along with cooking for their daily needs, they wanted to try different dishes. So they started looking out for new recipes online. The more time they spent on cooking, they became discerning and started paying attention towards the ingredients that were picked for the dishes. They also started paying attention towards the origin of the product and preferred to purchase their trusted brands. That is where we thought ITC had a big opportunity to step in and make a difference in the lives of people during the tough times. ITC has a vast range of food brands, and we also had access to some of the best chefs in the world. We knew that people were glued to TV, had picked up interest in cooking, and there is no original content on air. A magic of gastronomical proportion was created when we brought together a great range of ITC products together and the expertise of our chefs to create an exciting, engaging original content to our consumers. The only original content on television was our show, that is ITC 5-Star Kitchen. Now, let me take you through a video to give you an insider view about this great piece of content.
When everyone was looking for entertainment, we came up with a way to build strong engagement. Partnering with the largest TV network in the country, 5-Star Kitchen made an astonishing entry. We had the eyes, we had the attention, now we had to break convention. With Dheeraj Juneja as the host, we had every viewer engrossed. The kitchen was ready, the stage was set for our chefs to make dishes no one would forget. Shot at homes with mobile phone cameras, the final product was oh so glamorous. ITC products became the heart of every single recipe. Watching these episodes became food therapy. Viewers were also asked to participate. The amount of entries we could not anticipate. Their submissions received lots of love, but for us, that wasn't enough. Top 3 entrants were invited on the show to be a part of the final episode. And here are the astounding results.
Last 1 minute.
Well, our audience loved the show. It gave them an opportunity to come together and create something magical, a platform where they could learn from great chefs and hone their cooking skills. They showered us with love across social platforms and anonymously shouted, Sab Changasi. Their love and appreciation towards the show made us repeat this magic again in 2021 as season 2 of 5-Star Kitchen. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Adarsh. Smita, can you follow the next presenter, please?
Yeah. Moving on to the 9th presentation and the last presentation of this category. Entry ID 2751. Mindshare, Castrol India Limited, Castrol hashtag, Ride for Vote, Non-Stop Democracy. Entry ID 2751, over to Mindshare.
Last entry of the category. Jury members, please let us know once you're done with scoring. Hi, Abhimanyu.
Hi.
We can see the screen, and have you shared it with sound?
Yes, I've done that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. नमस्ते जजेस, मेरा नाम है अभिमन्यु खन्ना. मैं आप ही की तरह एक आम नागरिक हूँ. My slides are getting stuck. Can I start again, if that's okay?
Sorry?
Can I start again? My slides were hanging. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. No problem.
नमस्ते जजेस, मेरा नाम है अभिमन्यु खन्ना. मैं आप ही की तरह एक आम नागरिक हूँ जो हिंदुस्तान की 130 करोड़ आबादी का एक इंपॉर्टेंट हिस्सा है. इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों? क्योंकि we all believe in a democratic process. Our democracy gives power to the people, and the most important power is the power to protect it by voting in a strong government. महात्मा गांधी जी, फादर ऑफ द नेशन, ने कहा है कि डेमोक्रेसी इज इम्पॉसिबल अंटिल द पावर इज शेयर्ड बाय ऑल. और अगर हिंदुस्तान को प्रगति की शिखर तक लेकर जाना है तो नॉन स्टॉप डेमोक्रेसी होना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. इसलिए यह समझना कि वोटिंग सिर्फ हमारा जन्म अधिकार ही नहीं बल्कि एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट जरिया है इसी डेमोक्रेसी को आगे बढ़ाने का. We must all exercise this power and be the change we want to see. Unfortunately, India does not exercise this power. सालों साल इलेक्शंस के टाइम पे इंडिया का वोटर टर्नआउट बहुत ही लो रहता है. We all say we want to be part of a democracy, but our actions are minimal. क्योंकि वोटिंग को लेके और वोटिंग के इंपॉर्टेंस को लेके लोगों का नजरिया इस देश में कुछ अलग है. मानो काम तो सिर्फ एक है पर बहाने अनेक. और बहाने भी कैसे? मेरे एक वोट देने से क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है? एक दिन तो छुट्टी मिलती है, उस दिन ही जाके वोट करना जरूरी है. सारे पॉलिटिशियंस करप्ट है. इलेक्शन बूथ इतनी दूर कौन जाएगा? मुझे लगता है यू मी एंड अस में बहुत ज्यादा पावर है. हम में इंटेंट तो है, बस थोड़ी मोटिवेशन की जरूरत है. कैस्ट्रोल एक्टिव इंडिया का नंबर 1 बाइक इंजन ऑयल ब्रांड है और एक मार्केट लीडर है, but it is also part of a highly cluttered and competitive market. ऐसे लो इन्वॉल्वमेंट कैटेगरी में जहां इतने सारे इंजन ऑयल ब्रांड्स टारगेट द सेम कस्टमर, वहां कैस्ट्रोल एक्टिव जिसका प्रोपोजिशन है नॉन स्टॉप प्रोटेक्शन डिसाइडेड टू मेक अ चेंज फॉर द गुड. और 2019 के जनरल इलेक्शंस के समय लो वोटर टर्नआउट इसी मुद्दे को उठाते हुए एक वन ऑफ अ काइंड इनिशिएटिव के जरिए पूरे हिंदुस्तान को जगाया ताकि हम सब आर्म चेयर एक्टिविस्ट बन के ना रह जाए बल्कि साथ मिलकर नॉन स्टॉप डेमोक्रेसी के मजबूत नारे लगा सके. कैस्ट्रोल एक्टिव ने यह पहचाना कि इंडिया एक युवा देश है जहां 65% से अधिक पॉपुलेशन 35 इयर्स के कम उम्र की है और इसे आगे बढ़ाने की जिम्मेदारी जो है वो अब हमारे कंधों पे ही है. इंडिया हैज द लार्जेस्ट बाइकिंग पॉपुलेशन इन द वर्ल्ड. जरा सोचिए, हिंदुस्तान के आधे से ज्यादा घरों में एक बाइक है. एंड वी यंग बाइकर्स love to be part of a larger initiative, a larger purpose. इसलिए अगर हमें हिंदुस्तान की मदद करने का मौका मिल जाए तो हम पीछे हटने वालों में से बिल्कुल नहीं. कैस्ट्रोल एक्टिव ने राइट फॉर वोट इनिशिएटिव के जरिए हम सभी लाखों बाइकर्स को एक वंस इन अ लाइफ टाइम अपॉर्चुनिटी दी, जहां पे हमने अपने बाइक की बैक सीट करे अन्य वोटर्स के नाम. दे मेड अस बिलीव इन द फिलॉसफी ऑफ ईच वन टेक वन. कैस्ट्रोल एक्टिव ने और हम बाइकर्स ने इस इनिशिएटिव को आगे कैसे बढ़ाया, आइए देखते हैं.
India is the largest bike market in the world. In this highly cluttered market, where every engine oil brand vies for the same consumer by blaring out functional superiority with the use of celebrities, Castrol Active, a market leader, had to continue to drive preference by differentiating itself in the category. Castrol has always believed in purpose-led communications in the past to drive its brand equity scores. With the 2019 general elections around the corner and 911 million people eligible to vote, it was the most discussed, argued and debated topic among all Indians. Unfortunately, all the hype and buzz around elections every year does not lead to a high voter turnout. We realized that this was due to the lack of awareness about the process of voting, followed by not having the means of transportation at their disposal. Our target audience is the young biker, the quintessential millennial who has a deep sense of community and brotherhood. For most of them, their bikes are not just a symbol of independence and machoism, but also responsibility. Castrol Active, a brand that promises high-quality protection through its proposition of protect what you love, decided to energize this very biking community, where they got a chance to participate in the world's largest democracy protection exercise during the general elections, by rooting for non-stop democracy through an initiative, #RightForVote. Each biker pledged not only to vote themselves, but also take another person on their bike's backseat pillion to cast a vote. We partnered with Z Network to conceptualize a 360-degree campaign which was rolled out via multiple media channels, starting with a promo starring Ravi Dubey calling out bikers across the country to participate in the election fervor. Multiple leading protagonists from Z urged people to go out and vote during the polling day instead of watching television at home, along with a microsite where every interested voter could pledge their support and extend their bike's backseat to anyone who needed a right to vote. A QR code was flashed across 30+ channels where people could scan to pledge their support on the microsite. We partnered with mobile tech solution provider InMobi to create a one-of-a-kind tilt to pledge banner where users could directly tilt their phone to lend their pledge on the microsite. Popular biker groups were activated in the city to spread the message of the campaign and inspire people. 3 inspirational stories of bikers from the country were created and aired on television and digital platforms. Multiple influencers helped to create a buzz on social media, motivating people to join the bandwagon. The Right for Vote campaign showed massive success, with a reach of 58 million and a total of 98 million impressions throughout its different phases. The microsite saw a record-breaking number of pledges, with 510,000 people extending their support to this initiative from across the country. The brand also saw an increase in its business and brand metrics.
Last 1 minute.
But most importantly, Castrol Active was able to be an enabler in the record-breaking voter turnout during elections. #RightForVote was one step ahead of being a vehicle of change for our future generations to come.
2019 के जनरल इलेक्शन से देखा इंडिया का लार्जेस्ट वोटर टर्नआउट, एंड कैस्ट्रॉल एक्टिव ने हम सभी बाइकर्स को एक मौका दिया टू बी पार्ट ऑफ दिस रिकॉर्ड. हमारे कीमती योगदान देने का मौका जो हमें दिया. वी आर ग्रेटफुल टू द ब्रांड एंड विल ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दिस. डेमोक्रेसी की इस डाल को हमने और भी मजबूत किया वोट करके. जय हिंद दोस्तों. लॉन्ग लिव डेमोक्रेसी. थैंक यू.
Thank you, Abhimanyu. Jury members, as we have finished the presentation for the first category, you can complete judging for the total category. In case if you haven't submitted, you can go ahead and submit those, and please let us know once you are done so that we can go ahead with the next category. Smita, can you call out the next presenter?
Okay. Moving on to the next category, Best Media Innovation Direct Marketing, and the duration will be 7 minutes per presentation. The first presentation, entry ID 2625, DDB Mudra Group, McDonald's, each equal one bite closer to equality. I'll repeat, entry ID 2625. Over to DDB Mudra.
Can I start?
Just wait for a minute. We will let you know when to start. Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Hello and good afternoon. I am Palmi Patel from Mumbai. 20 years ago, I met with a very gruesome accident where I accidentally touched a live 11,000 voltage high tension electric wire. It left me with a semi-operable left arm and an amputated right arm. Despite all these struggles, I could still manage to do most of these things, such as driving. I've done bungee jumping, skydiving, and I also take care of my 2-year-old daughter. However, when it came down to enjoying the smallest joys like eating a burger by my own, it was a constant struggle. मेरे से हो ही नहीं पाता था. जब भी एक burger खाने की इच्छा होती, तो I had to be dependent on my mother, and then I had to wait for her to come, open the burger, and feed me. पर आप ही बताओ, टुकड़े-टुकड़े खाने में क्या ही मजा है? Then I'm so excited that now McDonald's has come up with eatable packaging, with which I can hold the burger, open it, hold it by one hand, and relish it all by myself without ever being dependent on anyone. So, jury, I hope you'll enjoy the AV after this as much as I enjoy the burger. Can you see the video?
No, you haven't shared the screen.
I have shared it, just 1 second.
I'll pause the timer.
Just 1 second, I'm just playing it.
No problem. Take your time.
Now can you see? No, it's not yet shared.
No, you haven't shared it.
Share sound you're doing, but you're not doing.
Oh.
No, the video is not getting shared. The sound is getting shared. Share screen. Can just 1 second? Can I just mute myself just 1 second?
Sure.
Now can you see?
Yes, we can see the screen.
What do you see?
Hamburgers, the cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast.
Cheers! I love burgers!
I love this burger, so delicious.
But millions see a design that's not inclusive. Because to enjoy a burger, you need both your hands.
Burgers are always very difficult to pick up and difficult to hold. और हमेशा गिर ही जाता है.
We never order burgers for celebrations. It's tough for us to help everyone eat them.
She hates eating it in public places.
They want to be independent. They don't want to be dependent on anyone.
So McDonald's decided to make our burgers more able. Presenting Eatqual. a unique packaging that we designed with disability experts.
So simple, so easy, so convenient, and I just have to use one hand.
On World Disability Day, we invited the world to equal.
Equality shouldn't be limited to access. It should extend to experience as well. With Equal, we're making sure that the burger eating experience is same for everyone.
This product is really opened the doors for the entire food industry to think about accessible food for all and all kind of provisions for persons with disability. I'm loving it.
Indeed, I'm loving it as well. With my personal experience, I think this is the most innovative and it's a huge step towards food inclusivity in India. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Can you call out the next presenter?
Moving on to the second presentation, entry ID 2621. Lodestar US, the Census India, the Lost campaign, spreading mass awareness and delivering solutions to enable migrant workers to vote remotely. Over to Lodestar, entry ID 2621.
Hello everyone, is the screen visible?
Yes. Just give us 1 or 2 minutes. Jury members, please let us know once you're done scoring with this, with the previous entry, so that we can go ahead with the next entry. We can see the Zoom panel on top. It's blocking the content. Are you using the Zoom application or you're just using it through the browser?
No, the Zoom application.
Application itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still showing on the bottom, but you can move it to a place where your content won't be, there won't be a problem. Yes, if you're ready, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now.
Good afternoon, respected judges and ad club representatives. I am Dilip from Lodestar UM.
And Neha, presenting the Lost Votes case for the Times of India. What better way to start the case than revisiting the Constitution of India preamble? We, the people of India, having solemnly constituted India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, equality, fraternity. In our Constituent Assembly, this day, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Our campaign focuses on equality of status and of opportunity to all Indians. Our objective is to address the dilemma of Indians living away from their homes. We are addressing a topic of national importance. It underscores the basis of our democracy. We are lending voice to 281 million Indian citizens deprived of their fundamental right. Who are these citizens? What right are they deprived of? Let's have a look.
एक पते से निकला था मैं कि अब दूजे पते का हो गया। सपनों को पाने की ख्वाहिश में मेरा हक कहीं पे खो गया। करोड़ों इंडियंस अपना शहर छोड़ते ही अपना वोट खो देते हैं क्योंकि उनका वोट उनके साथ नहीं जाता।
Indians can only cast their vote in the place where their vote is registered. In a country where 1 out of 4 Indians migrates for work or education, this rule prevents 281 million Indians from voting. That's more than the entire voting population of the US. The Times of India, India's largest English daily, took up the cause of neglected migrant voters.
What was the situation? Governments have not looked at creating mechanisms for enabling these migrants to vote from outside the constituency. The Lost Votes Tech Challenge aimed to leverage the expertise of the Indian techie community to come up with solutions to crack this challenge. Target audience was, we adopted a two-pronged approach for 2 sets of audiences. Firstly, all TOI readers using our robust TOI CRM database. Secondly, India's tech community through strategic partnerships with industry experts. Media solution for TOI readers. We established direct contact with 20 lakh TOI readers and garnered their support, urged them to spread the word to increase awareness about the campaign. Series of communication with clear call to action was rolled out to drive response.
When it comes to the tech community, we knew they are not a homogeneous group. So our approach was very scientific. We targeted individuals who are regulars at hackathons and similar events. We looked at people who have 2 to 5 years of work experience. We looked at people who are from tech startups because they have the fire in the belly to go for such recognition. Our partners, GitHub and IBM, helped us in sending direct communication to the TG and increasing the reach and registrations. There was a detailed platform for getting these entries. It had sections for about us, a detailed problem statement, and a simple steps for participation also provided. When it comes to the benefits of participation, there were mentoring sessions by GitHub and IBM on the website. There were cash prizes, certificates, and subscriptions for the top 10 winners. There was even a chance of being featured in the Times of India. But what motivated them more than anything else was a chance to be part of nation building. When it comes to the tech solutions from the challenge, thousands of entries were received from India's brilliant tech minds. They came together and gave us ready-to-use solutions for remote voting. Top 10 solutions were judged by our eminent panel of judges. Coming to the question of were we able to really get these lost votes back? The Election Commission was forced to respond. They acknowledged that this was a cause worth taking up. Work on a permanent technology-led solution was actioned with IIT Madras. The impact we created, we made India a stronger democracy, one where no vote will ever be a lost vote. Here's what our client had to say about it.
Hi, I would like to share a brand story with you that is about to shape the destiny of our nation. Indians only cast their vote in the place where their vote is registered. And in a country where 1 out of 4 people migrate out to either study or to work, this rule prevents almost 29 crore Indians from voting. Times of India wanted to support the Election Commission of India in this and decided to enlist the help of the best tech minds in the country to tackle this nationwide concern together. Thus, the Lost Votes Tech Challenge was launched in September 2020. It was a big success with 3,000 plus registrations, enabling tech enthusiasts to actively contribute to finding solutions. Thereafter, the Election Commission finally announced that trials for remote voting are being conducted in the country. This development is a historic milestone in our progress as a nation in using technology to enable voting rights and representation in the world's largest democracy. Thank you.
So what makes this case a relevant entry for the category? The campaign represents 1/3 of India's voting population. It reached out to lakhs of TOI readers and the niche tech community with segmented communication strategy. We facilitated gathering practical solutions to allow...
Last one minute.
We succeeded in influencing the government to enable representation of 281 neglected migrant voters. The motto of the Election Commission is no voter to be left out. We are proud to have made it a success. As I conclude, I quote the great words that motivate us to strive for better. Be the change you want to see in the world. Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Smita, can you call out the next presenter?
Yeah. Moving on to the third presentation. Entry ID 2630. Mindshare Horlicks. Communication to commerce. I'll repeat entry ID 2630. Over to Mindshare.
Just give us 1 or 2 minutes, Purnima.
Sure.
We'll let you know. Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. I just hope the screen and audio and video, everything is visible.
Yes.
Perfect.
Have you shared the screen with
I have shared. Yes, I've shared it with the audio. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, hello, everyone. Before I begin, I have to confess to something. While I'm here presenting in front of you, at the back of my mind, I just can't stop thinking if my child will finish that sandwich I just made for him. Pretty much every day for mothers revolves around ensuring that the children are eating right, they're getting a balanced diet, and getting the right nutrition. And while mothers go about trying their best to do this, they have 1 billion people judging them and giving them unwanted advice. COVID made everyone's life more difficult because now there's an alien threat. And for the kids to be, the best chance for the kids to be beating this is to be healthy overall. To top it, all the brands around started claiming immunity as their magic formula. All these claims pouring around from TV screens were extremely unsettling for mothers and made them doubt all the information coming their way. As for ICMR, majority of kids, especially in South and East India, do not even receive micronutrients as per their daily requirement. As a result, their growth is stunted. One of the reasons being that nutrients in cow milk, which is the key source of milk in these geographies, are less dense in nutrient compared to buffalo milk. Horlicks is the market leader in HFD category. The brand penetration in southern and eastern market is almost equal to the category penetration, and thus the only way for Horlicks to grow is on the back of driving category penetration. While mass media has been doing awareness job for us, we needed to move the needle for conversion. To do this, the need of the hour was to take a step ahead from massification to personalization. Horlicks, who has been a constant companion for Indian mothers for 60 plus years, understood the need. The years of listening and understanding mothers led us to the consumer insight that mothers trust other mothers. When it comes to their child's well-being, mothers trust the neighborhood mothers more than the digital influencers they would see on the digital screens, the mobile and the laptop screens. So Horlicks decided that they will get these influencers who really matter, the mothers, to walk up to the homes and talk directly to each one of them. Horlicks brought to life a one-of-its-kind large-scale influencer outreach program where the Horlicks influencer mother met the core TG at their doorsteps and provided solutions pertaining to child's nutrition basis individual discussion with each mother. To do the task, a group of 2,700 Horlicks influencer mothers covered over 100 plus districts across the key business geographies of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and West Bengal. The Horlicks influencer mothers, after shortlisting the target audience house first educated the TG about nutrition and benefits of balanced diet, and then encouraged them to buy Horlicks, closing the loop from communication to commerce. This was done with the help of a unique nutrition tracking app, Nutrimeter. Well, Nutrimeter app is one of its kind tool created by Horlicks in conjunction with the government's guideline on child nutrition. This app does not only calculate nutrition score, it also helps mother to understand how can they bridge any nutritional gaps for their child. Now let's have a look at the AV as to how this came to life.
Traditionally, milk has been a key source of nutrition in Indian families. It is the drink every Indian mother insists on giving her children. Most HFD brands in the category take the route of fear-inducing tactics and promises of immunity to find place in the mother's shopping basket. A mother has the all-important task of choosing the right nutrition for her child. In the middle of all this chaos, what a mother really needed was a partner and friend, a mother just like her. Horlicks decided to befriend the mother by educating her on the benefits of adding Horlicks to the child's diet. We brought to life a large-scale influencer outreach program where our mother influencers reached out to our core audience group at their doorstep with the brand's message of complete nutrition. The program was designed to complete the journey from conversation to commerce. The Horlicks influencer first educated mothers about the nutritional benefits of Horlicks and then encouraged them to buy. A group of 2,700 influencers spread across the states of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and West Bengal did this job. First, the Horlicks influencer would shortlist the home basis the child's age, ensuring that they are non-users of the category. Next was an in-depth discussion with the mother to understand her child's daily diet and routine. Through the conversation, the influencer would emphasize the importance of a balanced diet and its role in building a stronger immune system. Next, the Horlicks Nutrimeter app was used to demonstrate the improvement in a child's daily intake, protein, calcium, and minerals by the addition of 2 cups of Horlicks. Horlicks Nutrimeter is designed in conjunction with the government's child nutrition guideline to predict an ideal requirement of protein, calcium, and vitamins basis the age of the child. Once convinced, the consumer is encouraged to make the purchase and give a missed call on the toll-free number to register the purchase made. This large-scale influencer outreach program not only allowed Horlicks to become a mother's ally, but also led to substantial business gains for Horlicks. With this campaign, Horlicks strengthened the position of being a mother's trusted partner in her journey of parenthood.
While all the other brands were using fear, we decided to befriend these mothers. We did not patronize. We partnered with the mothers, thus gaining her long-term trust and loyalty. Well, I know that in all probability, my son did not finish that sandwich, but knowing that he did have a tall glass of Horlicks some time back kept my mind at rest that his nutrition is taken care of. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Yeah. Moving on to the 4th presentation. Entry ID 2629, Starcom India, Visa. Visa say click Paytm. I'll repeat entry ID 2629. Over to Starcom.
Hi, good afternoon. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes. Please hold on for 1 or 2 minutes.
Sure.
We'll let you know when to start the presentation. We can see your screen. Have you shared the screen with computer sound?
I don't have any audio.
Oh, all right. Yes, you can start the presentation and your time starts now.
Good afternoon, Judy. My name is Sabrina, and I will be presenting Starcom for my brand Visa for the campaign Visa Safe Clip with Paytm. Sorry. The year 2020 witnessed a surge in digital transactional growth with almost rise of 77% in surge of e-commerce businesses in India. That being said, that was also a UPI transaction in India month on month saw a massive growth. With this growth, we witnessed that 57.7% of transactions were within the price range of 2,000 rupees or below, which means with heavy traffic coming into all transactional-led platforms, there were businesses that were facing multiple challenges, from incorrect OTP entry by customers due to a typing error or delay in receiving OTP or slow internet transaction. This led to problems in terms of vendors and consumers not being able to complete their transactional purposes, especially for smaller amounts. That seeked as an opportunity for Visa India. So Visa India created a product called Visa Safe Click, which essentially focused on solving the payment challenges, which was unique to Indian e-commerce. Now, the main feature relevant to this particular product was that this was a OTP-less payment for amount anything below 2,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees. And the entire transactional value and the entire completion of transaction could happen in one click. So to deliver this particular messaging, our campaign objective was to ensure that a new product launch also focused on tactical business approach, which delivered almost 100,000 enrollment as a key KPI. Our campaign approach was very simple. Initially, we, as a payment transactor, Visa is considered as the most trusted network of the source for any sort of payment conversions, for which we had identified multiple partners, amongst all the partners that were going to be catering this particular product, Paytm seemed to be one of the most inherited 500 million user base, which meant that our research covered large cohort of 25 million Visa card users who are actively using this particular platform for payments below 2,000 or 2,000 rupees. So our initial thought process was not to just display our product information on the platform, but to ensure that we create a larger experience around the particular platform, around the particular product. To do so, our approach was very simple. We needed to look at a particular audience set, which was clearly using Visa Paytm transactions in the last 6 months, ensuring purchase recency, which was then further delivered into layering it with people who are doing a particular sort or nature or category sort of transaction, or who are discount seekers who are offering who are doing transaction based on Paytm to deliver cashbacks or get further benefits. The experiences were built particularly to reach out to the need of the state, reach out to the need of transaction purposes. So all relevant transactions could now be delivered on brand store experience, and all discount seekers could incentivize their particular purchase in the next auction. So Paytm deterministic audience layering helped deliver a particular message at the right time to the right audiences. Both cohorts were targeted in sequence to ensure that every single rupee that was spent towards reaching the right audience were delivered at the right message at the right time. Campaign was optimized by basis sub-cohorts to ensure maximum impact to deliver increase in subscription for Visa Safe Click. So the two objective that was, the two approach that was defined was educational brand store, which was a first of its kind initiative in where we had created a particular page relevant to Visa only, where audiences were given notification and pop-ups to come and encouraging them to use various payment probabilities through Visa app, through Visa card. And in terms of incentivizing, we were looking at providing Paytm offered cashbacks and vouchers, which would be delivered at the end of transaction. So this would be encouraging users to utilize this particular platform and product at a much larger scale and usability as compared to previous times. in order to achieve this, in order to explain how this works, we had to, if there was a notification that came up in terms of your recharge or in terms of any particular bill payments, you would be given an opportunity to choose your transaction option, which would be on Visa in particular to this, and follow to which we could only click it as one single click, which would then complete your entire transaction without an OTP altogether, reducing the time, reducing the period on which the transaction has to get completed. This evolved this evolved into us ensuring that we reached maximum audiences. We aimed to look at 7.25 million unique users on Paytm. Our impressions was about 43 million impressions across active Visa users on Android app particularly, and brand store interactions and engagement was about 275,000.
Last 1 minute.
Delivering as compared to, and most importantly, our overall product enrollment delivered about 234,000 transactions versus 100,000 planned, which made it almost 134% more than what was planned. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Moving on to the fifth presentation, entry ID 2607. Mindshare, Lifebuoy, delivering hygiene one meal at a time. Entry ID 2607. Over to Mindshare.
Please let me know if my screen is visible.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I start?
Just give us 1 or 2 minutes, Sana. We were waiting for the score about the previous entry. We will let you know when to start the presentation. Just a minute.
No problem.
Sana, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I'm Sana Jamal, and I'm here to present Lifebuoy's case, delivering hygiene one meal at a time. Sorry, 1 second. Can you please pause my...
Sure, no problem. You can start it once again.
Yeah, sorry. Can I start again, please?
Yes, your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I'm Sana Jamal, and I'm here to present Lifebuoy's case, delivering hygiene one meal at a time. 2020, a year that was very hard on all of us, a year that caught all of us by surprise. But if you ask us what was the biggest surprise, or if I may, shock of 2020, then we'd probably say it was this.
Go Corona! Go Corona! Corona go! Corona go! Go Corona!
A few of them actually believed that chanting Go Corona Go could bring an end to the pandemic, when in reality, all we needed was a simple act of washing hands. But for a nation where only 35.8% households wash hands with soap and water, this could prove fatal given the rise in COVID cases. Lifebuoy, India's largest hygiene soap brand, has always played a pivotal role in combating germs. The brand decided to stand up and take its message of safeguarding oneself with a simple act of washing hands to every Indian. But when it came to liquid hand washes, the brand penetration was a mere 7%. So we knew that the challenge was threefold for us. Firstly, we had to educate the consumer on the correct ways of washing hands. Secondly, we had to drive a behavioral change in hand hygiene. And lastly, we had to get them to experience a new format, which is the liquid hand wash. But I'm sure you all remember that 2020 was also a year of lockdowns. And given the stringent lockdowns, how do you make user experience your product and drive engagement? This was all a challenge in itself, as people were not stepping out, newspapers were not being delivered to our homes, and every on-ground activation had been brought to a halt. And we realized that only passive messaging will not do the job. So we had to find a way to reach the consumer directly and get them to experience our product. Despite the lockdown, if there was something that was still being delivered to our homes, it was food. So our biggest challenge became our biggest opportunity. Not only were food delivery apps growing at the time of lockdown, they were also hugely relevant to Lifebuoy's purpose of safeguarding against life-threatening diseases by encouraging hand hygiene. This gave us a unique opportunity to land Lifebuoy's hand hygiene message with every food order. And so we partnered with India's #1 food delivery app, Swiggy. Swiggy saw the purpose that we stood for, and what followed was a first of its kind large-scale tie-up that allowed Lifebuoy to hand deliver the message of hand hygiene with every food order. Here's a Navy to show you how we brought this alive.
2020 had a catastrophic impact on the world. The cases in India were on a rise. The fear of testing positive gripped every individual. A simple act of washing hands could save millions of lives and keep the virus at bay. Thus, as a preventive method, WHO made washing hands mandatory. The task at hand was to educate urban Indians on the correct ways of washing hands. As Indians, we love to eat with our hands. This cultural phenomenon of eating with hands is unique to India. But washing hands before eating is not a habit that comes easily to Indians. A survey revealed that only 35.8% Indian households wash hands with soap and water before eating. Lifebuoy, India's #1 hygiene brand, wanted to inculcate the habit of washing hands at the moment of truth, that is right before eating. Pandemic-induced lockdown forced everyone to stay at home, leading to an increase in online food deliveries. The top 3 food delivery platforms account for 1.25 billion food orders per year, making them ideal to deliver hygiene messaging. We struck an alliance with India's #1 food delivery app, Swiggy, and made them Lifebuoy's perfect hygiene partner. We hand-delivered the message of hand hygiene with every food delivery by transforming Swiggy's executives into ambassadors of change. We built awareness through a 10-second non-skippable brand video on the order tracking page. We reminded users to wash hands before eating by engaging with them through push notifications after order delivery. Finally, we nudged them with feedback to gauge their intent of future purchase. The campaign was organically applauded across social media for its simplicity and effectiveness, and the results reflected just that. The first-of-a-kind exclusive partnership went beyond brand speak and truly demonstrated brand do, especially during trying times like COVID-19.
This unique and exclusive partnership set us apart because through a simple innovation of partnering with the food delivery app, we were able to remind the user to wash his hand before he ordered his food, while he waited for his food, and after he received his food, building strong brand awareness, engagement, and consideration for Lifebuoy. The novelty of our campaign made us win several awards across national and international award forums. But for us, the real winner is the fact that we actually drove a habit change that also resulted in business growth. And on a parting note, I just want to say that the next time when
Last
you
1
see
minute.
someone eat food without washing their hands, go ahead and ask them, खाने से पहले हाथ धोया क्या? Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Sana. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Sure. Moving on to the sixth presentation and the last presentation of this session. Entry ID 2635, Mindshare, Vim, gas bill sampling, 100, Nimbu, Ki, Shakti, Dilai, Rakse Mukti. I'll repeat entry ID 2635 over to Mindshare.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, just give us 1 or 2 minutes. We'll let you know when to start the presentation.
Sure.
Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Acha Ghar, spacious kitchen, water, gas, electric supply, best home care products. We have taken all these facilities for granted, जो देश के कई ग्रामीण लोगों तक नहीं पहुंचती. नमस्ते जूरी मेंबर्स, मैं हूं पूजा और मैं आज आपको दिखाऊंगी विम की एक पहल जिसने गांव की महिलाओं का किचन के उस मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट डिश वॉशिंग के टास्क को देखने का नजरिया बदल दिया ताकि वो देख पाए बर्तनों से आगे. In some rural markets, the dishwash category is stagnant, owing to the reliance on proxies like ash, detergent, coconut husk, etc. The limited reach of traditional media has led to the lack of awareness about hygienic cleaning methods. Vim is India's leading dishwash brand with more than 50% market share. To strengthen its hold, we had to upgrade these rural women to dishwash bars from proxies. And here's how we did it.
Chulha, the traditional stove used by rural Indian households for cooking, demands wood, coal, cow dung or crop waste, which in turn produces thick smoke causing severe respiratory ailments and lung infections. It also causes thick greasing and burns on the utensils, making them extremely difficult to clean. A variety of utensil cleaning methods like washing with ash, soil, detergent powders, coconut husks are used by women, which lead to skin rashes, allergies and are also time and effort consuming. Vim, the leading dishwash brand, saw this as an opportunity to introduce itself as a hygienic dishwashing expert and help rural women upgrade to dishwash bars as a quick and easy cleaning method. In 2016, the Indian government launched the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala scheme, which provided LPG connections to 80 million rural women, making the wood-burning chulha redundant. However, even with this switch to cleaner cooking fuel, the utensil cleaning methods in rural India remained unchanged. Vim saw this as an opportunity to activate and introduce the Vim bar in rural Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh that had only 20% penetration of the dishwash category. Vim was seeking to introduce and demonstrate its superior dishwashing capability with the cleaning power of 100 lemons. The challenge was to find the right medium to reach the new LPG households, given that traditional media, including TV, had only 30% penetration. Vim sought to leverage the huge LPG distribution network of HPCL and IOCL to introduce its Vim bar to 2 million Ujjwala beneficiaries through a direct-to-home sampling program. Product communication and an exciting missed call contest was printed on the gas bill. This, along with the Vim bar, was handed over to the rural housewife by the LPG delivery man who also communicated the product benefits. To further reinforce the efforts on the ground, we deployed Javelin, India's first hyperlocal marketing tool to identify the right rural households to deploy an OBD calling campaign using a familiar celebrity voice.
हेलो, राख से बर्तन धोते हो तो ध्यान से सुनो हमारी बात. हमारी पत्नी बहुत खूबसूरत है, देखते ही प्यार आता है, पर जब वो बर्तन धोए तो राख से सना उसका हाथ मुंह हमको चुड़ैल जैसा डराता है. तभी तो हम उसे विम बार ला के दिए ताकि बर्तन के साथ वो भी चमकती रहे.
The Vim 100 नींबुओं की शक्ति दिलाई राख से मुक्ति campaign delivered promising results. The campaign went a long way in ensuring a healthy and hygienic future for every rural Indian woman. With Vim standing true to its purpose of Nazariya Badlo, Dekho Bartanon Se Aage.
As you can see, we delivered Vim Bar to 2 million households and reached 70 million consumers through the OBD campaign. We saw 45% increase in purchase intent, thereby increasing Vim's market share by 320 basis points. And to check the impact on ground, we met a few consumers in UP. Let's see what this housewife from UP's Jalgaon district has to say.
सुशीला जी, सबसे पहले आप हमें ये बताइए कि आप ये चूल्हा कब से इस्तेमाल कर रही हैं?
बचपन से ही, जब से माँ को रसोई में मदद करना शुरू किए रहे। गांव के घर घर में अब गैस सिलेंडर आ रहे हैं, पर फिर भी कभी कभी हम चूल्हा जला लेते हैं गैस बचाने के लिए।
तो आप ये जो चूल्हे में काम करती हैं, आपको तकलीफ नहीं होती?
चूल्हे पे किया हुआ खाना पकाने में थोड़ा परेशानियाँ तो होती ही है ना।
किस टाइप की परेशानियाँ?
टाइम बहुत लग जाता है खाना पकाने में, और जरा सा ध्यान हट गए ना तो जल जाता है। मेहनत भी कम थोड़ी है। लकड़ियाँ जमा करो, सुखाओ, जब तक खाना नहीं पके तब तक चूल्हे पे डालते रहो। बहुत बहुत काम है। बर्तन भी काफ़ी खराब कालिक से, पर अब चूल्हा नहीं जलाना पड़ता तो अब राख भी नहीं बनती। और वैसे भी अब विम की टिकिया की आदत लग गई है। पहले ना हम वो राख और लस्सी जो है उसे इस्तेमाल करते थे, तो बर्तन घिसते घिसते ना हाथ छिल जाता था, और वो बर्तनों से राख उतारने के लिए पानी बहुत लगता था। पर अब ठीक है, टिकिया से जल्दी कम निपट जाता है, बर्तन आसानी से साफ हो जाता है।
तो फिर कैसा लगता है आपको? आपके रसोई का काम और भी आसान हो गया है।
अच्छा लगता है। अब काम तो हल्का हो गया। दोपहर को काफ़ी वक्त मिलता है तो खेती का काम कर लेती हूँ, कभी थोड़ा आराम कर लेती हूँ। अच्छा हो गया अब।
तो चलिए हमारे कैमरा के लिए एक बार जोर से कहते हैं, 100 नींबुओं की शक्ति से मिली राख से मुक्ति।
To recap, we challenged the media
Last
dark
1 minute.
geographies and cracked the right mediums to reach our TG. We identified new Ujjwala scheme beneficiaries and sampled WIM at their doorstep to create product experience and also educated them on its benefits. We also used the high reach of mobile OBD to reinforce our brand message. All this led to an increase in market penetration by 420 basis points. Our campaign received wide appreciation from clients and the industry for driving change. एक ऐसा चेंज जिसकी मदद से लाखों महिलाएं देख पाई बर्तनों से आगे। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Pooja.
Thank you, Pooja. Your presentation was the last for the day. And once again, I would like to thank all my jury panel for your cooperation, your support, your time. You have absolutely been a fantastic jury. My sincere submission to you is, since this is the first time that we have gone live as far as the presentations are concerned, there are very many people on the committee who have done it in the past, who have judged Emvies in person. So a sincere submission without making any reference to any particular case study presentation, any agency or nothing of that sort. I'm just asking from an organizational angle that how was your experience on this, about this online jury presentation? And I'm going to request every jury member to speak a few lines, whatever is their unbiased opinion on the whole thing.
I'll go first. I think this is my first time on the jury, and I think this format is very efficient. You save a lot of time. You don't have to commute anywhere. Of course, you lose a little bit of the energy and the face-to-face interaction, but I thought doing it in this format is very effective because you get to see the real passion and the effort which goes behind bringing these campaigns to life. Personally, I think this was a very, very interesting session. Lots to hear and learn. And thank you for having me on the jury.
Lovely, Mr. Sheshasai. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Pipin, if I may just add,
I completely agree with what our friend Shishazai had to say. I was remembering the lunch and the post-lunch session that you used to have at Ravindranath Mandir at Bandra. Of course, it had its own charm of networking, but I completely agree in terms of the efficiency with which this happens. And as you know, I've been doing this very regularly, and my personal feeling is that this is as much a learning and learning of as much of learning value for us as the benefit that AtClub gets out of it. So you can count me in for all future sessions also. And this particular format, I think even if things open up, please maintain this one, is my suggestion. We can always network on the award ceremony.
What I've suggested to the committee is the round 1 and round 2 juries should be given a party, and it would be a sort of informal get together whereby people drink, network, enjoy, and have a good time. So that is one suggestion that I have given to the committee. And I don't know, next year it can be Raju in person, because people want that energy, want to meet each other. And you would also like to have a lunch with me, why not? Yes, so who's going next? Thank you.
I'll go next, and I actually agree with what everyone said so far. Having done this a couple of times in person, I was honestly apprehensive because I wasn't sure how it would turn out online. But I actually think it was a very efficient way that you guys managed it. I think the fact that we were sent stuff in advance, everything was just very well managed by everyone in the team. So thank you for that, because that made it very easy for us. And I think the model of having people come and present for a stipulated period of time is very efficient, because it enables us to make a quick decision. It's done there. Everyone's also in it together for a couple of hours, and therefore it keeps you engaged. And like Rajiv said, I think it's a great learning experience for us. So personally, I'm very excited, because I was worried this morning that will it be as exciting as doing it in person, but I'm just so glad that it turned out to be even better. So thank you very much.
Lovely. Thank you, Sakshi. Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, maybe I'll go next. First of all, thanks for having me on the jury. I've been part of a couple of, few jury, but this was extremely well managed. Both from the time point of view and the thought which had gone how to conduct the online, and the pre-reads were definitely helpful. I'm sure that given that things are opening up, we may go back to the normal mode. But some elements of how this was conducted, if it can be retained in some way, the efficiency was far superior than any of the jury I have done.
So sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ranjit. Thank you for your time, and thank you for these kind words. Anybody else?
Yeah, so good afternoon. Thank you for having me again this year as a jury member. So yes, the efficiency was definitely there. Typically, we've been doing Zoom calls for 2 years now, and half the time is going on, am I audible? Is my screen visible? Oh my God, why is the audio not moving in sync with the video? So I think none of that happened, so I was a little worried, because typically, there's always an AV, there's always some presentation of what the campaign was. And I was like, how is that going to happen in that time? Because normal format is you are very strict on the time while, the jury is reviewing the case. So all that was not there, in which case, maybe even if things open up, this is a very good usage of time. So very well managed. Thank you very much.
So sweet of you. Thank you. Music to ears. Thank you to listen to that. Thank you very much.
Hi, Anita here. Nothing much to add, except probably you might get more people to come in as jury if you do it online, because it really is very efficient, as everyone is kind of added. So you might get a lot more people who have a problem, traveling, giving more than half a day over there. This is tight, and I think it worked out very well. Very well managed. So congrats to the team that put this together.
Thank you. Thank you, Anita.
Yeah, Vipin, just want to add that one fantastic organization. So kudos to your team. And I was able to be on the jury today. I'm in Singapore still, right? So the only reason I could be on the jury is because it's online. So I think if we have this hybrid model, it becomes easier for you to even get a wider panel of judges and make it more accessible to more people.
Wonderful, wonderful. So most of the people are. I mean, I received a mixed response. Very honestly, people said that यार वो बिपिन वो energy आता है auditorium में. Then we meet. Then we meet our industry colleagues in person. Then we have lunch together. That's a fantastic and phenomenal feeling and stuff like that. But yes, I don't know what call we will take. But this is also, I mean, we have a plan B also in place. Today because of this online presentations, I think yes, we can take a call whether it can be in person or online, and it's seamless. It's comfortable, absolutely.
Vipin, I'd just like to add that, I come from the education sector. And one of the things that we did during the pandemic was to move all our parent-teacher meetings online. And most of us are parents. And, the whole thought of having to dedicate half a day to a PTM in the physical mode just sucks so much time out of our lives. So post-pandemic also, we've decided that we're going to stick with the online PTMs because it's so efficient, right? So maybe the same thought process could be used here also.
Wonderful, sir. Great feedback. Great to listen from learned people like you. Thank you very much. Yes, LV Jaikishan.
Well, it's a mixed response from my side. One, while it is efficient and brings along multiple people from different parts of the country, different parts of the world, at the same time, I think the focus sometimes shifts. That's because of the fact that you have the ability to do multitasking at a given moment of time when you're sitting in front of your computer. But when you're in your auditorium, you're actually concentrating 100% on what's on the screen. So there's a one-to-one relationship that happens between what's on the screen to the judge or the jury members. While here there is a bit of struggle when it comes to that, given the fact that you can actually multi-purpose at a given moment of time. So I think it's the advantage of, I think it's like a cinema screen and watching on the big screen a movie compared to what you do on your television screen or on your computer or mobile. But yeah, it's a better use of time, of course. And I guess some of the other points made by the members are very much valid.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great feedback also. LV, you are a seasoned campaigner, LV. I mean, you have been associated with Emvies since the day of its institution. So I respect your views and I have only respect. No doubt.
No, I think as an organization, you've done it really well. I must say, from a in-person auditorium venue to a online venue. I think very well. Hats off to you all, actually. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Jesse. Jaikishan. No, you can't be heard. Okay, Jay. Can't hear you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all jury members. Thank you to my team at Club Secretariat, Matthew, Kavita, Gopal, Suresh, Nihar, and thank you to my technical team comprising of Shraval, Nitin, and another 2 members. Big thanks. Absolutely well done. Fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vipin. Bye-bye. Count us in future also. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Thanks.
Yes, sir.